The funny thing is when you see business lenders such as Green Sea Funding, you just are amazed at the mega business loans that they have. It's just amazing. And in today's conversation, I want to share one with you. I want to share a mega business loan from Green Sea Funding, EIN only, $1.5 million, APR 4.9%. Isn't that beautiful? That's just awesome. And startups are okay, no personal guarantee, pre-qualification possible. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you are to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about a mega business loan from Green Sea Funding. $1.5 million, 4.9% APR, EIN only. Now the APR is an average though. This is just an average. And the startups are welcome. No personal guarantee. If you have bad credit, fair credit, you are welcome. Pre-qualification possible. Before I get into the nitty-gritty, please understand that this video is not promotional. No, this is purely instructional. This is purely educational. We have no affiliation, no relationship with Green Sea Funding. They have not paid us to do this video. We are doing this video just to share information. What are the loan facts here? So here you have a short-term loan, a long-term loan, a cash advance loan. The amount oscillates from $4,000 to $1.5 million, and the APR up to 24.99. Okay, and there are no fees. Term up to 10 years, and the time to funding 24 hours. Did you hear that? 24 hours. You get your cash like this, just like this. Awesome. There are no extra conditions. Bad credit, okay. Let's dig a little deeper here. So with Green Sea Funding, as I said earlier, you have long-term loans. The long-term loans oscillates. The amount oscillates from $25,000 to $500,000. Okay, and the loan term from 1 to 10 years. And this is your traditional loan term where the duration for the business loan is from 1 to 10 years. And then you have the short-term loan. And now let me ask you a question. Big decision time. Do you need a short-term loan right now? Do you have the funds to actually repay it? When we talk about short-term loan, we are speaking about a loan term from 3 to 18 months. This is where the ka-ching is. This is where the moolah is. This is where Green Sea Funding gives you the cash. So for a short-term loan, they are able to fund you all the way from $2,500 to $2.5 million. Okay, and the loan term is from 3 to 18 months. The only thing is you got to be sure that you can repay it. Okay, it's very important. And Green Sea Funding, their loans cover a constellation of industries, including, you can see on the screen here, you have construction, you have agriculture, you have beauty and wellness, you have a chiropractic, restaurant, retail, trucking, auto, and wellness. Wonderful. Now, let me talk to you about this lender when we speak about Green Sea Funding. But before we speak about Green Sea Funding, please remember that we are speaking about a mega business loan from Green Sea Funding today, and the loan amounts up to all the way to $1.5 million. Low credit, bad credit, fair credit, everybody is accepted. Okay, and no personal guarantee. The APR is also interested. So the lender. Let's speak about the lender. This lender is an alternative lender. Green Sea Funding is based in New York. They have been in the lending scene for a while now, and they specialize in the alternative lending space. They accept all kinds of credit. They even work with bankruptcy. They have an easy and simple automated application process. You can choose your offer. You choose what's right for you, and you'll receive your money the same day. Same day funding from offer to same day deposit. This is great. And besides just lending, besides just providing funds to borrowers, they also have a partner program where they are just making money on the side. So if you're interested, this is not for borrowers. This is for folks who are ISOs. So if you're an ISO, you can basically also partner with Green Sea Funding to increase your revenue. By the way, ISO stands for Independent Sales Organization. So this is a company that operates as a middleman, if you will, as an intermediary between business owners and the funding companies that provide capital directly to them. Okay, and this is a term that is derived from the merchant services and credit card processing industry, but it has evolved into business lending. So you can partner with Green Sea Funding, no problem. Okay, and what we love also is that Green Sea Funding is constantly innovating. They're constantly innovating. In other words, they're serving a whole bevy of industries. I've already said that before, but they're also trying to educate their borrowers. So what will happen here is that once you apply with them, they will assign, even before, way before you apply to them, they will assign someone to you, a loan specialist, and that loan specialist will work with you, will try to understand the fundamentals of your industry, the fundamentals of your balance sheet. And please don't worry, just be truthful to them. Even if right now you have a sclerotic, let's say you have a lethargic, a languid, a weak balance sheet, it's still okay. Try to be truthful with them, and they will work with you to find what kind of APR and loan amount fits the risk spectrum that you pose as an applicant. Okay, so after evaluating this lender on tens of criteria, including loan variety, loan amount generosity, the cost, the reputation, the customer service, we assigned Green Sea Funding a score of 8.5 over 10. And they received on Trustpilot, as you can see online on the screen right now, they received a score of 4.8 over 5, an excellent score out of 111 reviews. I want to talk to you now about eligibility criteria, folks. So in this show, folks, I am speaking to you about a superb business loan rather, a mega business loan EIN only from Green Sea Funding. Maximum loan amount $1.5 million, no personal guarantee, no collateral ever. What are the eligibility criteria? To get this loan, you have to be able to provide 3 recent business bank statements. Okay, do you have that? Do you have that? If you don't have it, I just want you to take a note right now, because you need to provide that. You got to have at least $10,000 in monthly sales in your business bank account. You got to be able to prove that. Don't just say it like, oh yeah, I'm making 10 grand a month. No, you got to prove it. You got to prove it. Can you prove it? Can you prove it? Okay. Bad credit is okay. If you are in the 375, 350, 400 credit score, it doesn't matter. It's okay, because this business loan is EIN only anyway. There are no liens, no personal guarantees, or no collateral. Funding is 100% unsecured. The approvals is typically 3 hours. Okay, so you gotta be at least in business for 3 months minimum. You gotta be currently open. So my question to you is, this is a big decision time. Listen to me. Are you currently open? Don't tell me you have a side gig. Is that side gig dead, or are you producing income? Because it's sometimes kind of like it's something very funny. People believe they have a business, but the business is like on and off. It's like you just switch your social media accounts. No, is your business open? Are you working every single day? Are you going to work? Even if you're not going to work, are you constantly working on that side gig? Your business has to be open for you to qualify for this loan. Okay, and remember that Green Sea Funding will not accept personal bank accounts. They will not accept that. You got to have a business bank account. You got to have an EIN. Okay. And so they've said on their website that their typical customer has been in business for 1 year. And this is a direct quote from their website. Their typical customer has been in business for 1 year, has a $26,000 in monthly business revenue, and has a personal FICO score of 525 and above. Okay, this is straight from their website. And if you want to beef up your chances of being approved in terms of eligibility, work on your business plan. Work on your business licenses and permits. You want to have ready your business and personal tax returns. Okay, you want to work on those. I want to talk to you now about the use of loan proceeds. When we speak about, again, in today's conversation, I am speaking to you about a game changer Massive business loan from Green Sea Funding. $1.5 million maximum limit. You have an APR that is kind of reasonable from 4.9% all the way to 10%, sometimes 24%. It really depends. It really depends on the fundamentals of the transaction. The bottom line here is if you have a low credit, you can qualify. If you have fair credit, you can qualify. Okay. And what can you use the money for? You can use the money for everyday operations. Green Sea Funding is okay with that. You can use the money for equipment, machinery. Do you have to buy some machinery right now? Go ahead and apply for that. You can use the money for tenant improvements. Okay, this is important. You can use the money for inventory. If you are in a cyclical business or in a seasonal business and you don't want to tie up your money because of cyclicality or seasonality, it's kind of cool to wait until the last minute, right? Because you're making maybe 80% of your sales within 3 months in the year. So wait until 1 month before the season starts and just apply with Green Sea Funding. And you can use the cash also for debt refinance. Let me ask you a question here. Big decision time here. Big decision time. I want you to think. Do you have debts right now that are just killing you? Business debts that have a prohibitively high APR? If that's the case, then you want to think about refinancing, right? The only thing is that Green Sea Funding sometimes approves loans that are used to refinance debt. Sometimes don't approve. You're going to have to talk to a specialist at Green Sea Funding to see if they will work with you. Okay. You can use the money also to actually acquire a business. All right. You can use the money to acquire a business because $1.5 million is a lot of cash. And you can actually, and if you remember, as I was telling you, their short-term loans could go all the way to $2,500,000. Okay. You can use the money to start a franchise. If you see some opportunities in the market, and you can actually go ahead and do it. You can use the money also to start a company, right? For startup cost. You can use it to expand an existing business. You can use it to to do investments, to investment in your company, to do enhancement also, or to stay competitive. The call is yours. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are also having a conversation today about a massive business loan from Green Sea Funding. We are speaking about a maximum loan amount of $1.5 million. All kinds of credit profiles are welcome. Bad credit, fair credit, you are welcome. And what is the evidence needed here? For this loan, you need an approximate monthly revenue. You need your business tax number or EIN, so they would want to have a confirmation letter from the IRS. Usually when you go to the IRS website and you apply, right? They will send you an email, or they will give you a confirmation page. Just make sure you either screenshot that or you print it out and you have it for your records. Very important. And Green Sea Funding would want to see your social security number, even if this loan is EIN only. They still want to see some kind of personal identification information. They want to know the reasoning for the funds. And in terms of requirements, I've said it before. They want you to have at least $10,000 monthly sales in business bank account, and you need to be able to prove that. You can prove that through your bank statements, or you can prove that through your accounting statements. So you can give Green Sea Funding access to your business accounting software, and this could be very good. Remember, at the end of the day, whatever amount you're looking for will dictate the kind of evidence is needed. In some cases, Green Sea Funding would want to see your business permits and licenses, especially if you operate in a heavily regulated industry. Okay. At the end of the day, if you have any question, please, it's better to contact them directly. The number is 929-429-2500. Again, the number is 929-429-2500, or via email at info@greenseafunding.com. info@greenseafunding.com. Okay, this is something that you can do very easily, and they were very responsive. Honestly, they were really, really responsive to get back to you. Not a problem. Okay. Let me talk to you now, folks, about. So I've spoken to you about the evidence needed. Let's talk about how to apply. Very important. How do you apply? Now you can apply, and again, folks, in this show, just to contextualize the conversation, I am speaking to you about a massive business loan, not personal loan, business loan with EIN only from Green Sea Funding. Maximum loan amount $1.5 million. The APR is dirt cheap, relatively dirt cheap compared to the industry we're in. And you can, if you no personal guarantee, no collateral needed. If you have bad credit, you are welcome. If you have fair credit, you are welcome. And so you can apply via email, via fax, online, or via phone, over the phone. Okay, you can see on the screen the first screenshot shows you all you have to do, all you have to think about. So you have currently be open 3-month business. Okay, $10,000 minimum. Bad credit is fine, and no liens, personal guarantees, or collateral. And you get funded at same day. Approval typically 3 hours. So you want to click on the link that says apply now. See on top there on the screen on top, apply now, the yes. So, or again, you can contact them. They're open Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. Number, I've given you the number before. Okay, now let me go through the step by step here so you understand. Once you click on the apply now, this is where you're going to see. You're going to see on the screen right now, you have where it says you're pre-qualified. Here is the first slide. You want to put your business legal name. How much do you need? The loan amount you need. We put $200,000. What do you need the funds for? Working capital. The legal entity type LLC, and you put your industry. Remember that you cannot be a sole proprietorship and get this kind of loan. You gotta be incorporated. And the next slide here. So the first slide was your business info. Now it's your personal info. You put your first name and last name, and they were asking you if you were affected by COVID, if your business were interrupted because of COVID, your revenue. We just put in this case how do I say it? We put yes, yeah. So the question is, due to COVID-19, is the business making revenue this month? In other words, they want to see that your business is still a going concern. Yes, it is. And you put your average monthly deposit, and you tell them when you started your business, the business address. And the next slide, you have to put more information about the business, the city, the zip code, the number, and you have to click next. And once you click next, you have to put your name of address, again, your home address rather, your personal address, your phone, your credit score, the range, and how fast you need the money, and your EIN. And we click here next. You have get me my options, put more information there, and put your date of birth, your social security number. This is important, right? So you have to be very careful there. You put all the right information, and next, and then you sign the documents, and then you finalize. Hit finalize. And so once you hit finalize, the data is transferred to Green Sea Funding. They'll get back to you. So what you're not getting an instant decision. They'll get back to you. They'll review your application, and they'll email you, or they'll call you directly. Okay. So let me give you now a few pro tips, folks. Again, we're speaking about how to get approved for a massive business loan from Green Sea Funding, $1.5 million, right? That's the maximum loan amount. And you can actually qualify for this loan even if you have bad credit or fair credit. This is fine. And this is EIN only. So let me give you a few pro tips. If you remember, as we were going through the application earlier, they were asking you about your employment, right? Because they want to determine your liquidity level. And this is why it's really important. And this is a big decision time. You need to, let me ask you a question. Can you demonstrate to Green Sea Funding that you have sufficient cash flow? I'm speaking here strictly at the business level. They want to have your deposit monthly. They want to know exactly how much you can pull in. Do you have that money? Talk to me. So the thing is, you have to think about that, because if you don't have the cash and you don't have a minimum of $10,000 in monthly revenue, you better just go back and rethink and strategize and come back strong a few months from now or 1 year from now, because you're not going to qualify if you don't meet those basic minimums. Okay, you need to actually also make sure that you keep your documents in order. Very important. And in some cases, maybe you don't qualify, but you're willing to put up collateral. If you're willing to put up collateral, maybe things can work. What we love about Green Sea Funding is that you are able to negotiate every aspect of your loan. You can actually negotiate that with them. Once they contact you and you guys start talking, the Green Sea Funding rep will explain to you how they work and what the kind of expectations they have about you, or they have. Yeah, all right. And what we love also is that it doesn't matter your credit score. Your credit score doesn't matter. You can still qualify for a loan with Green Sea Funding, and that's what matters at the end of the day. All right, folks. This was it for today's conversation. I was speaking to you about a massive personal loan from Green Sea Funding, maximum loan amount $1.5 million. So I gave you the overview of the situation, the loan facts, the long-term loans from Green Sea Funding, the short-term loans. This is really good. And then we spoke about the lender at a glance, eligibility criteria, the use of loan proceeds, the evidence needed. I showed you how to apply, and I give you a few pro tips at the end of this show. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.